John Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong. Yeah, especially the White House card.
Training partner has just got to the UFC, so like he's potentially like 2 or 3 wins away from like a title shot. I would be like, I'll vacate it and he can have his time.
You know what I think about that before you even ask me. I hate that.
Tom didn't want to continue in the fight.
Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. I mean, could you imagine if you're Tom Aspinall listening to that?
The MMA community is buzzing after reports surfaced that Dana White has completely lost his cool following comments from both Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, who have started revealing what's really going on behind the scenes at the UFC. For years, fans have criticized Dana for showing clear favoritism toward Jon Jones, standing by him through controversies, failed drug tests, arrests, and endless allegations. But now the tide seems to have turned. Dana appears to be distancing himself from Jones, openly saying he doesn't trust him enough to...
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, especially the White House card.
There's a lot of rumors out there. Let's just spell a couple of them. First and foremost, are you retired?
I am not retired. I'm actively training 5 days a week, and I'm in the UFC's drug testing pool.
Great. And what's the status of the fight at the White House?
I don't really know. It's kind of out of my control right now. I'm training for the event. I'll be ready for the event. That's my goal. That's my intention. But ultimately, it's up to...
Something doesn't quite make sense here. According to Jon Jones, the real reason behind all this drama involves information Dana White never wanted made public. Jones claimed that he actually informed Dana months ago that he had no plans to face Tom Aspinall and was even prepared to give up his titles. But instead of being transparent, the UFC supposedly decided to keep that detail under wrap.
I mean, I just feel like anybody would understand at this point. Like, I'll retire the heavyweight belt if I have to. It's like, dude, give the guy what he wants at the end of the day, And I'm not talking to Dana directly. I feel like I'm at a place now where, I want to take what I fight these super fights. I don't want to fight dangerous up-and-comers anymore. I want to fight dangerous, established champions. So Tom can have the heavyweight championship. I don't really care about it. That my body doesn't lie in belts anymore. I've created something much bigger.
There is this thing that's always followed your career where, like, even before you got in the UFC, you couldn't seem to get fights, right? People didn't want to fight you. And then now, even as champion, you have Jon Jones and Alex trying to fight each other but not fight you. Did you ever think there'd be a moment where you could be in this position and still have guys trying to sort of circumnavigate you to fight other people?
No, there's still guys. There's still guys who want it. Maybe just not the bigger names. Those guys have done enough to do whatever they want. So I'm the champion, fight the number 1 contender. That's how, in my opinion, that's how champions are supposed to work. It's like, you're the guy, you fight the next guy, prove you're the best, and you rinse and repeat that for as long as possible.
The UFC reportedly kept everyone in the dark, from the fans and the media to even Tom Aspinall himself, all to maintain excitement and keep the spotlight burning. But when the truth eventually surfaced, Dana White completely lost his temper. And that wasn't the only reason behind his outrage. Another trigger was Tom Aspinall's honesty, something Dana doesn't seem to appreciate.
Firstly, what do you think about that?
Oh, my friend and training partner has just got to the UFC, so like he's potentially like 2 or 3 wins away from like a title shot. So the thing is, if I'd never won a title, I'd never touched gold before, we would have to fight. But now I've done it, I would be like, I'll vacate it and he can have his time.
You know what I think about that before you even ask me. I hate that, many friends, relatives, name it, have all fought each other before. It doesn't determine whether you are friends with somebody or you hate somebody. You're competing against them to see who the best is, but that's his decision. To even think about vacating it because you don't want to compete against somebody is absolutely insane, but he's a grown man. That's up to him.
Because again, it was such a good fight. It was such an entertaining fight. And you see now people saying all this kinds of, craziness, all kinds of craziness regarding Tom wanting out, Tom getting beat up, Tom, being a coward, being heartless, gutless, and just forgetting about everything this guy's done. By the way, this guy took a fight on 10 days notice, 14 days notice against Sergey Pavlovich, saved your ass at Madison Square Garden. Literally saved the card. And now we know what this is all about. His dad talks about wanting to take a fight, fight out the contract, 3 left, let's go to boxing. And he says in an interview, Tom does, I wouldn't fight Ante Delia. I'd rather vacate. That's my friend. That's my teammate. Oh my God. Literally the two things that would piss Dana White off more than anything. And so most predictable thing is that he would show up at the press conference not backing his guy at all. Not backing his guy at all. I mean, you had to know that this was going to happen. Forget the fact that he took the fight against Pavlovich on 10 days notice. Forget the fact that he was the backup fighter against, when John fought Stipe last November. Forget the fact that he, was ready and willing to fight John Jones at any moment this year. That he was a good soldier, that he never threw the UFC under the bus, that he never complained openly, that he was just doing all the right things, saying all the right things. Forget all of that. Oh no, he won't fight his teammate. And his dad says in a sort of off-the-cuff comment, I don't even know if that was an interview or not. He says, yeah, I want him to fight out the contract and then go to boxing. Ah, the horror. The audacity. The chutzpah. And so, like I said, the UFC is going to be able to rebook this fight. It's going to be huge.
It was one of the most genuine and humble statements ever made by a champion, yet Dana White couldn't stand it. In a recent interview, Dana bluntly said, I hate that idea. There was no respect, no acknowledgement, not even a word of praise for Tom Aspinall, the current heavyweight king. Things got worse at the UFC 321 post-fight press conference. When reporters brought up Tom's brutal eye poke injury, Dana brushed it off completely. Instead, he shifted focus to Cyril Gane, complimenting his performance and saying Gane looked incredible and caused serious damage to Tom. But Dana conveniently ignored a few key details, like the deep double eye poke, the hospital trip, and the fact that Tom could barely see for days afterward. Even Tom's father, Andy Aspinall, later confirmed that his son's eye was still discolored and healing, slowly.
It was really bad how it looks. And he said, you can't train your eyeball to be stronger. It is what it is. There's protection here and here, but he obviously got no protection because the fingers were straight in. The fight should have been stopped. He couldn't see. It was a foul. He couldn't see. Then you can't fight. If he'd have got knocked out with a head kick next, then it would have been worse. I don't know. And then he said, sometimes when your eyes here like that, it can become displaced and stay there. And they did a few tests on that and they said it doesn't seem like that. And his vision on the eye that's the best eye.
And laid there on his back until John submitted him. Against the cage, Gane was sat there, not moving, not bucking, not shifting or fighting hands, sitting there like this until John locked up the guillotine on him. I'm very aware of what happened in that fight. And do I wish Tom would have finished him earlier? I do, without resistance. That was the ideal circumstance for Tom Aspinall, was to finish Cyril Gane with no resistance in the first round. I think we see an overconfident Gane in the rematch, and I think Tom smokes him. But Tom was raging. So there's an emotional aspect to this rematch now that I'm worried about, because I've been looking for Bully Tom to make an appearance for a very long time, you guys. For a very long time, I've been waiting for Bully Tom to make an appearance. And he made the appearance on, what the fuck are you guys booing me for? He genuinely made an appearance in the post-fight speech. The fuck are you guys booing me for? I got fucking double eye poked. A double eye poke landed. Insane. Crazy. Horrible result for the main event. Worst case scenario. All things come together. It's weird how MMA works, is it not? Dirtiest fighter on the heavyweight roster, Cyril Gane, constantly cheats every single fight. He's a dirty little French cunt. John Jones is the nemesis of Tom Aspinall.
They've done that on the UFC broadcast, by the way, and humiliated Cyril Gane for what he was fucking doing. That doesn't happen by accident. And you can hear Aspinall's team, what the fuck is this? A double poke? I just think Cyril Gane's a dirty fucking cheat. I'm disgusted in that, like. I'm fucking disgusted. Because you can fucking take someone's eyesight for life doing that shit. All because the pressure's getting you and you're feeling the hate. What the fuck are you doing in there then? There should be a fine and a suspension for that level of shit, in my opinion. Because if you're going to fight like that, you're going to fucking blind people. But let's take a look at what Dana White had to say.
Damon and Mike Heck were having a conversation, and I read the transcript, and Mike Heck was very hard on Chael. Now, Mike gets a pass because Mike always backs Chael. So the fact that Mike was saying, hey, Chael, you got this right, it kind of made me listen. I kind of pay a little bit more attention because I know how supportive he has been. And Tom's stock going down. Let's take a look at that. So let me give you some numbers, okay? Numbers don't lie. My partner's DraftKings had Tom at one point, and it was, you'd have to check the chart, it was a spike in the graph, but they had him on fight day a 3.5 to 1 favorite. It did not close at that. But Tom actually went up, became a larger favorite after the face-offs at the weigh-in. Okay. When the fight goes off, he was actually inside of 3 to 1. But let's just call it 3 to 1. When my partners at DraftKings come out with a new line for the fight that is eventually going to take place, it's going to be close. There will be times, I mean, if they were to do it today and money starts coming in, they take action, that Surreal could be the favorite. Try to imagine that. So when we talk about Tom's stock dropping, that's a very tough claim. I mean, on those hands, a guy that was a 3.5 to 1 favorite that is now the underdog, you'd think that his stock dropped. But the anticipation to see Tom versus Surreal was very small, guys. That pay-per-view did.
Still, Dana White said nothing. No statement. No support. Not even a simple message of concern. It's becoming clearer than ever that Dana isn't focused on protecting fighters anymore. He's focused on protecting his own image. Both Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones have pulled back the curtain on how the UFC can twist stories, bury details, and neglect the very athletes who built the brand. Tom spent over a year waiting for his chance to return, only to have the organization delay and mishandle everything. And when he finally did step into the octagon, an accidental injury turned into public humiliation, with his own boss labeling him a quitter during what was clearly a medical emergency. Now, fans are starting to see a familiar pattern. The same one that pushed Francis Ngannou to walk away from the UFC after being treated with the same lack of respect. If things continue this way, Tom Aspinall might be the next champion to follow that path.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have a very strong feeling that I'll be on that card. It's going to be historic.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Any possible names you think?
Well, you know, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. Be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night. I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
What is he doing?
The left one was really deep.
Both up.
The left one was really
both
deep.
up.
Yeah, sorry,
you got one point
before it. Yeah,
twice before he got one for it.
Yeah. Mike Bisping, he lost his eye. It's just a horrendous thing to think as a parent, really. And I know what it's like these days with people saying what they want, but if it's just your son and they could lose an eye and their health and they've got children to look after, you know, something needs doing about it. Yeah, it's horrendous for me to look.
And laid there on his back until John submitted him. Against the cage, Garn was sat there, not moving, not bucking, not shifting or fighting hands, sitting there like this until John locked up the guillotine on him. I'm very aware of what happened in that fight. And do I wish Tom would have finished him earlier? I do, without resistance. That was the ideal circumstance for Tom Aspinall, was to finish Cyril Garn with no resistance in the first round. I think we see an overconfident Garn in the rematch, and I think Tom smokes him. But Tom was raging. So there's an emotional aspect to this rematch now that I'm worried about, because I've been looking for Bully Tom to make an appearance for a very long time, you guys. For a very long time, I've been waiting for Bully Tom to make an appearance. And he made the appearance on, what the fuck you guys booing me for? He genuinely made an appearance in the post-fight speech. The fuck you guys booing me for? I got fucking double eye poked. A double eye poke landed. Insane. Crazy. Horrible result for the main event. Worst case scenario. All things come together. It's weird how MMA works, is it not? Dirtiest fighter on the heavyweight roster, Cyril Garn, constantly cheats every single fight. He's a dirty little French cunt. Jon Jones is the nemesis of Tom Aspinall.
E aí, Porta?
Tom's father has already made his feelings known. He wants his son to walk away from the UFC once his 3-fight contract is over and step into the boxing world, where he believes Tom will finally earn both real money and real respect. As for Tom himself, he's been open about his plans. He intends to compete 3 more times, likely against fighters like Volkov, Almeida, and whoever ends up holding the title after that. Then he's calling it a career. It's a powerful statement, and a worrying one for the UFC. Because if champions like Tom Aspinall start walking away, it's a sign that the organization might be crumbling from within.
Cyril, first of all, thank you so much for stopping by. Super difficult moment. Can I get your immediate reaction, please?
I don't know exactly, just disappointed. We put a lot of energy, like I say. And I'm just sorry because at first for me, but also for the people, for Aspinall, for everybody. This is the law of this sport. Sometimes this happening. I remember this happening also for myself. It's like that.
For people that didn't see the build-up to this fight, all the programs, etc., can you just let people know the kind of investment and the commitment you made to preparing for this fight?
Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit disappointed because of the energy, the sacrifice, all of this, and unfortunately this happening. If there are not issue, he win or I win, like okay, this is but like that, no, I'm not happy about this.
You did have 3 minutes or so in the octagon with Tom Aspinall, caused some damage. You know, from your thoughts, you've been in there, you felt him a little bit. Like, what did you learn?
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful fight. This is exactly what I expected from Tom. Exactly what I expected for myself also. We did very well, I think. I'm gonna watch that, but yeah.
I just walked out of watching this fight. I'm out here on campus. ESPN is right out my window if you find that interesting. All right. I share that with you because I'm mad. I'm mad. But I don't know who I'm mad at. Tom did not do anything wrong. Tom was poked in the eye. As a matter of fact, he was poked in both eyes. Now, I don't believe Cyril did that on purpose. So, I also can't, or am not mad at Cyril. But I am mad. I'm looking for somebody to blame. But I don't quite know who to blame. Now, before we get to that, okay, there was a pretty interesting fight going on. The story going into this fight is Tom has the power to just go knock him out. We're not saying Tom's a better kickboxer. We get that Cyril did that for many years of his life. We get that Cyril had over 30 professional kickboxing bouts. But Tom, a little younger, a little bigger, shown to have a little bit better power if you just want to look at results, and has the ability to knock him out. However, if Tom tests that and doesn't knock him out, he'll just take him down and beat him up.
Yeah, I don't really like the notion of that either. It didn't look like he won and then he's getting a title shot. I think people are a little bit sour about that. I just want to fight. I want to be as active as possible. I want to fight as much as frequently as I possibly can. Yeah, I just want to get back to what I do.
Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall have pulled back the curtain on what's really happening behind the scenes. A system driven by favoritism, control, and a lack of respect for the very fighters who make it thrive. Dana White's frustration has reached its boiling point, and now the cracks in the UFC's foundation are finally starting to show. The empire isn't untouchable anymore. The truth is out, and the world is watching it fall apart piece by piece.